Good morning, and welcome to today's market update. I'm Maya Keynes, joined by financial expert Eli Sterling. We've got a packed show covering everything from crypto volatility to stock market shifts and global economic signals. Let's dive right in.
Thanks, Maya. It's shaping up to be a pivotal week. Let's start with Bitcoin, which has been making headlines, breaking out of its symmetrical triangle pattern and testing the $110,000 mark. According to recent analysis, it successfully hit a price target of $107,000 with about a 33% statistical likelihood.
That's huge, but let's not forget the bigger picture. Lawrence Lepard has been warning about systemic risks unless central banks print more money. He even suggested a potential $200,000 upside for Bitcoin. How do we square that with the current technical outlook?
Absolutely, Maya. From a technical standpoint, our indicators tell a more cautious story. The daily Ichimoku Cloud analysis shows Bitcoin still below the Kumo cloud, indicating a prevailing downtrend. The bearish Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen cross reinforces this short-term bearishness. So while the macro narrative is bullish, the technicals suggest caution until we see a confirmed weekly close above $110,000.
Let's turn to another key player in the crypto space, Ethereum. The buy-hold-sell indicator is showing consistent blue signals, pointing to strong bearish momentum. Can you walk us through what that means for Ethereum investors?
Certainly. The buy-hold-sell indicator uses two smoothed moving averages, V1 and V2. And when V1 stays below V2, it signals a bearish trend. For Ethereum, we're seeing those lines declining, with V1 ranging from 37.67 to 38.45 and V2 from 39.15 to 39.74. Until we see a crossover or reversal signal, the path of least resistance remains to the downside.
Now, switching gears to stocks, Nvidia has been under pressure, especially after a sharp sell-off earlier this month. Our 4-hour trend analysis shows a progressive decline with lower highs and lower lows. What's your read on Nvidia's technical posture?
The Smart Trend Indicator confirms an active downtrend for Nvidia. We've seen highs fall from 222.27 to 185.69, with lows stepping down accordingly. There's also a fresh bearish order block between 198.74 and 296 acting as resistance. Any rallies toward that zone are likely to meet selling pressure. A close above 201 would invalidate this bearish structure.
Meanwhile, China's CPI rose unexpectedly by 0.2% month-over-month in October, reversing 2 months of deflation. Yet broader trends still hover around zero or negative. What does this mean for global markets?
It's a mixed bag. While the headline number looks positive, the underlying data reveals persistent deflationary pressures. Core sectors like appliances saw steep price drops, microwaves down 8%, washing machines down 4%. More concerning is the rise in zombie firms and job cuts across industries, suggesting a sticky deflationary spiral. This could crimp corporate profits and weigh on global equities.
On a brighter note, U.S. lawmakers appear close to passing a government funding deal, which could lift market sentiment. And speaking of tech, Jensen Huang is reportedly pushing TSMC to boost AI chip production. Could this reignite semiconductor gains?
Definitely. SK Hynix and Samsung are already benefiting, taking up large portions of their respective indices. If TSMC ramps up production, it could fuel further upside in the AI-driven semiconductor sector. But investors should keep an eye on valuations. We don't want another bubble forming.
Before we wrap up, let's check in on Ripple. The relative strength index is showing neutral to bullish momentum, rising from oversold levels, and the moving average convergence divergence just crossed above its signal line. Is Ripple staging a comeback?
There are signs of life. The relative strength index crossed above 50, and the moving average convergence divergence histogram turned positive, suggesting growing bullish momentum. However, both the 50-day and 200-day SMAs remain above price, indicating a broader bearish structure. So while the short-term momentum is improving, it's too early to call a full reversal.
All right, let's summarize. Bitcoin is eyeing a breakout above $110,000, but faces resistance from its Ichimoku Cloud. Ethereum remains bearish per buy-hold-sell signals. Stocks like Nvidia are in downtrends, pressured by fresh supply zones. Macro-wise, China's CPI bounce isn't enough to offset deflationary fears, while U.S. fiscal developments offer hope.
Exactly. Keep watching key levels: Bitcoin's 110K, Nvidia's 201 resistance, and whether China can sustain any inflationary momentum. Tomorrow, we'll be focused on U.S. retail sales data and any updates on that funding bill. Until then, stay informed and trade smart.